What's going on, team? Matt here from the PT Profit Leverage and Lifestyle Show. Hope you guys are having an epic day so far. Nice, juicy episode for us today. We're going to be talking about specifically online trainers, how to get your first 5 clients online. So many people actually struggle to get their first 5 clients, or they don't know where to start. So I'm going to tell you exactly how to get your first 5 online clients. And it's through a strategy called the beta launch, which the beta launch is what I did when I first launched my business coaching from a mentor of mine, Dion. So shout out to Dion for this strategy. It's I've refined it over the last couple of years, but the foundations of it is similar. So let's start with why this is. So when people first start online coaching, a lot of the time they try and get people to, or they try and, they'll do stuff for free for family and friends, which is fine initially, but there's a way that you can still do the stuff for family and friends and offer it in a way that you're still going to get paid for the service. Because when people pay money, they pay more attention. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to get your first 5 clients. Now, it doesn't mean you have to sell it as super high ticket. It doesn't have to be super, super cheap either. It can be like the normal price. But I'm going to go through the specific strategy. So I've got a couple of notes here that I'm going to refer back to. Yeah, this is specifically for online trainers. So you do not need to do this for face-to-face. Face-to-face will have a different strategy. This is purely for online only. So the beta launch. Now, when people first start online, so super, super easy if you're going from nothing to straight to online. This is absolutely perfect. If you're going from face to face to online, there's other strategies that you can do to get your first 5 clients online from in the gym as well. So so many people are like, oh no, I just need to get it on social media, which you can do, but it's a bit harder to get them on social media. So it's a lot easier to get them from face to face, or actually from the gym. But let's talk about assuming that you're starting from scratch, or perhaps you haven't done any marketing on social media before and you want to get your first 5 clients in an online space. So the beta launch strategy. Now, as I was saying before, most people, oh, I didn't really say this too much, but most people will know 10 people or 5 to 10 people in their network, friends, family members, colleagues, ex-colleagues, friends of friends, partners, friends. They'll know 5 people at least that would benefit from getting some help from you, whether you specialize in weight loss, strength training, rehab, whatever it is. Majority of the time, you should already know 5 to 10 people, which is where we're going to start because you've got to start somewhere. You don't just want to target a cold audience. You want an audience that is already warmed up to you, that already likes and trusts you, which is why they don't really care too much about the nitty gritty. They just want to support you, especially when you're first starting a business. And when I first did this for my business coaching stuff, I had a lot of people jump on board. Same as when I did the strategy for my face-to-face business as well. Because people are, willing to support your business, and they more than likely they know the results that you've got yourself, and they want a piece of that. So same as if you like powerlifting, bodybuilders, all that stuff, people will follow you, and they're waiting for an opportunity to work with you. So essentially, what you're going to do, and I'll give you a summary of the strategy, and then I'll go into more details. So you're going to reach out to those 10 people. The more, the better, of course. There's more likelihood of you getting the 5 clients. But with this strategy, we aim to get 10 people to therefore transfer into 3 to 5 paying clients from 10. So you're going to basically message 10 people, and you're going to say something like this. Hey, John, hope you've had a great week. I'm just reaching out as I'm in the process of building out a program for weight loss, and I know you've mentioned that to me in the past. I was just wondering if it would be okay to ask you some questions about your journey. No sales, no sales stuff at all. It's just you're basically wanting to interview them on their experience. You're not trying to sell them anything at this stage. You're just trying to gather information and do a little bit of market research. Okay, you just want to kind of test the waters to see what people are actually struggling with, what they've tried in the past, and what they're kind of looking for. So this is essentially the market research phase. So you can send something a little bit more detailed if you want, but you want it to be super conversational. So ideally, you already know that they want to achieve a certain result. If you're not sure on the result that they want to achieve, um, you can even just take out the part about weight loss. I'm reaching out because I'm in the process of building a new program for online personal training. And I know you've mentioned that you might need some help with your health and fitness. I was wondering if it would be okay to ask you some questions about your journey achieving your results. Is that okay? Yep, perfect. Book on a call. It needs to be just 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. You can book it in through Calendly for 15-minute appointments if you like. Otherwise, you just book it into your calendar. Or just give them a call as soon as they respond, providing they're obviously okay with it. Now, this is the questions that you want to ask. So I've got like 7 or 8 questions that we could possibly ask. Um, Obviously, you can dig a little bit deeper on the questions depending on the individual, depending how much information you want. First question is, what are your deepest desires when it comes to XYZ result? What's your biggest challenge or hurdle right now with achieving XYZ result? How long have you been struggling with this challenge? How does it feel to be in the position you're currently in, knowing that you want X outcome? What is it costing you mentally, physically, and financially? If you could wave a magic wand and in 12 months you achieve this outcome, what does that look like and do for you and feel for you? What would that solution be worth to you? What would you pay for it? And what are the main questions about the program that you would have? So they are the questions that we suggest you asking. They're obviously quite deep questions, so you don't have to start with the deep ones straight away. You can even just say, cool, well, what are you looking to achieve in your health and fitness over the next 12 months? I want to lose 20 kilos. Cool. So what's the actual deep desires that you've got for 20 kilos weight loss? Does that also mean that, you're going to be able to play with your kids more? Does that mean you're going to be able to go play cricket again? Does that mean you're going to be able to go dancing again? Does that mean you're going to be able to feel confident again? You're going to have more energy. What does that specifically look like? You want to understand the actual pain points that people have got because it's not the 20 kilos that they want to lose. What does that 20 kilos weight loss give them? Does it give them, uh, you know, back pain free? What does it actually give them? Okay, so dive into it a little bit deeper. You want to obviously go through the challenges. You want to go through if you could wave a magic wand and in 12 months you'd achieve this outcome. What does it look like and feel like? How would you know it happened? What is it worth to you? What they're willing to pay for it, and what questions would they have about the program, and also what would they like to have included in the program as well. By asking these questions, you're going to get a bunch of information. Again, this is just market research at this stage. A bunch of information on what these clients want. And ideally, they are your ideal clients. You're going to understand your ideal clients so much more. So when you're even making content, you can target these specific problems that people are having as well. So it's a win-win. You're interviewing people on the content that you can make, and you're also potentially looking to get them as a client, depending on, what you say. So that's the first part. Once you've gone through those questions, you say, awesome, thank you so much. This is really, really insightful. I've got another couple of people to interview over the next couple of days. Can we book in a time in a couple of days for me to go through a rough version of what I'm thinking of building in the program? And can I get your feedback on what you think? This is the sales call, which is not salesy at all. It's super casual. Then you book them in for that. And at this stage, well, after you've done that, after you interview the other people, you should have interviewed roughly around 10 people, got a bunch of data, and then you're going to come up with your basic offer. So what you could essentially do, you could literally use AI for this. And this is something just off the cuff that I'm just thinking of from the top of my head. You could go to ChatGPT and say, hey, look, I've been conducting research on my ideal client. This is the questions that I've asked. These are the answers that I've been given. Can you draft me a offer that I can present to these individuals to get them on board as one of my first paying clients and how much I should charge? But that part's really irrelevant right now because we're going to get them to test the product or service anyway. Okay. So yeah, so you've got the offer, and again, just cut out the most common things and put it into an offer and decide on a price. And then you're going to offer it to them as a discounted rate, a beta version price to test it out for you. So when you jump onto the call with them, you're going to basically say, so this is the second call. On the second call, you're basically going to say, um, it was so good getting your feedback on your experience. And as discussed, I just wanted to run you through, um, what I was thinking in terms of solving this problem for you and a bunch of other people, and I just wanted to get your feedback. So you told me this. So recap, get them into an emotional state of mind again, and then you go, this is what I'm thinking. You're going to get this. Now, I'm looking for a couple of people to test this service to see if it works in exchange for a client testimonial at the end. Now, it would usually cost this much, but because we're doing it as a beta version, I'm going to discount it down to this much. Would you be willing to give it a go to test my new program for me? That is it. It is not salesy. There is no pressure. And the good thing about this is they've already told you all the stuff that they're looking for and they want and how much they're willing to pay. So you just gotta basically match what they've said, and there should be very limited excuses as to why they wouldn't get started with you. And that's essentially the strategy. Super, super basic. And then, yeah, as I said, out of those 10 people, if you were to book 10 of them in, you should be able to get 3 to 5 clients. So that's our first strategy in terms of how to actually get 5 online clients. Usually this, or to get all the basic stuff set up in terms of online systems and stuff, that usually takes a couple of weeks. So usually for clients that start with us that are starting from zero, we usually have 5 clients by the end of their first month. So usually it's a couple of weeks to kind of get everything set up in terms of basic systems, get them onboarded properly, and then another week to get all the interviews and stuff done. And then the next week is when they close their first clients. So yeah, as I said before, it doesn't necessarily matter how much you charge for this. This is around just getting some experience when you're first starting out for your online service, getting client testimonials so you can use that for future marketing, and getting feedback as well. Getting feedback on what worked, what didn't work, what you can change, how you can keep people more accountable. Was there too much included? All vital information for the success of your business. So that's how you get your 5 online clients. Super short one today. If you got value from this episode, make sure you message me because I get some messages from the podcast that I'm super curious what kind of resonates and what doesn't. So yeah, and again, the only way to share this podcast or make it bigger is to share it on your socials or share it with a friend. So if you do like this episode, if you do like the podcast, please share it with a friend, and of course, share it on Facebook, Instagram, and of course, send me a message if you like the show as well. So have an epic day, and I'll see you in the next episode.